May the best engine win. Early one morning, on the island of Sodor, Sir Topham Hatt came to the yard. Thomas and Emily were prepared for a busy day. Thomas always worked very hard. He was proud of being a really useful engine. Emily was new. She wanted to prove that she was really useful too. She hoped that Sir Topham Hatt would see how excited she was to start the day. Thomas, there is a lot to do today. I hope that everything gets done on time, said Sir Topham Hatt. Why should Thomas get all the work? Asked Emily. I can do anything he can. I'm faster than him too. Sir Topham Hatt was glad that Emily wanted to help. He told them, I can divide up the duty so that both of you will have the same workload today. Emily knew it would be a long day, but she smiled. She told Thomas, now you'll see what I can do. Thomas was used to long days. Emily, this might be too much work for you, he teased. You should let me do more. See how she puffed. I will race you. Whoever finishes and makes it back to the station first is the winner. Let's go, beamed Thomas. With a peep peep and a boop, Thomas and Emily left the station side by side. Emily's first stop was a quarry. She brought cranes full of new tools. She had to stay in place while the workers unload them. After all the crates were taken away, the workers changed them into freight cars full of large stones. Emily knew that the really useful engines were supposed to be good at waiting, but it was difficult for her to be patient. Please hurry, she told the workers. I don't want Thomas to get ahead. While Emily was working at the quarry, Thomas was running his branch line. He moved from station to station. At every stop, more passengers got off, and Annie and Clarabelle got lighter and lighter. I'll bet I'm pulling ahead of Emily already, thought Thomas. Along the way into his last station, Thomas saw Emily. She was going to Sudbury with stone from the quarry. There you are, Slowcoat, laughed Thomas. Those stones look awfully heavy, he said. He hoped that Emily would get tired from holding such a heavy load. Thomas's second job was to deliver a load of barrels to the dock. He had to wait for the barrels to be moved onto boats. Thomas is not a very patient engine, but he knew it would do no good to win a race if he didn't do his job just right. The other engines will tease me forever if Emily wins, he thought. He would have to go extra fast to his next stop. Is it time to go back to the shed? He asked his driver. You still have to haul some troublesome trucks to Kronk, said his driver. troublesome trucks were always bumping and bashing. Thomas had to work hard to keep them in line. "Don't try anything funny," he said as they left the station. But soon Thomas had to stop at a signal. The signalman explained, "And some rocks have fallen onto the tracks. You'll have to wait until the way is clear." "Oh, bother," said Thomas. "I wonder where Emily is now." Emily had left suddenly. Her final job was a special along the mountain route. On the way in, she passed Thomas, who was stopped at the signal. "Poor Thomas," she called to him. "Looks like you're stuck." Emily sped up. She saw a warning sign He saw a sign. Emily sped up. She saw a sign warning of a winding track ahead, but she didn't want to slow down and risk losing the race. The track was difficult, and she was going too fast. Her driver told her to slow down, but it was too late. As Emily took a turn, one of her trucks derailed. Now she had to wait for help. "Thomas will get ahead for sure," she thought. Thomas was having better luck. The rocks had been cleared, and he was almost done with his last job of the day. He saw Harvey moving on the opposite track. "Hello, Harvey," he peeped. Where are you headed?" Emily's hit a spot on the end of trouble on the line," said Harvey. "Nothing to worry about." Emily was glad to see Harvey. She thanked him for his help. I'll take the rest of the path slowly," she said. "And if I'm more careful, I still might beat Thomas." Thomas was having some difficulty with the troublesome trucks. They made him go faster than he wanted to, but his brakes were strong, and he was able to stay on the track. Once the troublesome trucks were unhinged, he sped away toward home. "I hope Emily isn't there yet," he thought. The sun was nearly setting. By the time Thomas arrived at the yard, he didn't see Emily anywhere. Emily arrived only a minute later. When she saw Thomas, she frowned. She had really wanted to beat him. Thomas saw her sad expression, and he knew that he would have been sad if he lost. And so he decided not to brag. "That was a close race," he said. "You won fair and square," said Emily. "But I'll see you tomorrow," she added. Thomas laughed. "We'll see about that." The end.